Hey YouTube, it's Amber here and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about why 90s kids are obsessed with nostalgia. We are like completely obsessed with nostalgia whether we know it or not. I know I am. Nostalgia is such a funny word, isn't it? Like nostalgia. Like I like the word. It's a really cool word. I don't know. I just like it. Let's just hop right into it. So nostalgia brings a loving, fuzzy feeling when you hear like a song, when you think back on a memory, when you see something that probably reminded you of a certain time period. It's like a really good feeling. You get excited and tingly, and it's like a comforting feeling almost. It's such a good feeling. Everybody loves feeling a sense of nostalgia because it takes you back into a time that was just so much easier than it is now. And one thing I know for us 90s kids is that we want to be able to relive this any way possible. So first and foremost, most of us 90s kids are adults now. Most of us are ages like 18 and up. I believe so, like 1999 I think they're already 18, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're like 18 now I think. We hit the becoming of adult stage. Now our lives consist of bills, work, college, graduating, all this type of things that is just changing. We're growing up. We're literally becoming into adults now. And I think it's really hard for us to grasp it at this point. Baby boomers, Gen Ys, and all those other generations, they've already went through that stage. This is our stage now. 2017, 16, whatever, 18, 19, whatever years to come, these are our ages that we're actually becoming adults and getting into our careers and doing this and doing that. Like, this is our adult stage. A lot of us don't know really what direction our life is going because it's like it's almost moving so rapidly and so quick and so fast. It's like, wow. It felt like just yesterday we were just kids just laying down on the couch and just watching cartoons and movies with our families and our friends and just playing outside on bikes and scooters and hopscotch and doing all these different types of things. Life was just so much easier back then. We didn't have to think about any of that stuff. And that's another reason why we're stuck on nostalgia. Also, us 90s kids were the wealthiest generation. We had every type of books, movies, toys, technology. I mean, we had everything, guys. And our parents provided most of us with a lot of this. Now, I'm not saying everybody probably could have like grown up like that. A lot of us 90s kids have experienced and had a lot of the 90s toys, movies, books, technology, and all that stuff. Like I said, a lot of us were freaking spoiled. Hey, one thing, I was spoiled as heck. No, I wasn't an only child. Yes, I was the youngest. So I guess I do have one up on that. Like, we were really spoiled, and that's why we became so freaking lazy. Also, why we're stuck on nostalgia is because we grew up in an era where, before technology took over, computers weren't really running our lives like that. I mean, when I remember going on the computer was for like paint it, like doing the paint stuff and like the pinball. And then I remember when internet got big, my dad was showing me how to use the internet. And when I did go on the internet, it'd be to go on sites like, you know, like Nickelodeon.com or CartoonNetwork.com to play little games and stuff like that. It wasn't about social media. Social media wasn't even there back then. Besides like what they had like IM, but I was too young to be doing that IM stuff, so I was just going on little kids websites. But aside from even that, I mean, it's not like the computer literally consisted of my whole life. I didn't have no phone. No phones were there back then. Like, too young for a phone, and the phones weren't like iPhones and stuff. They weren't even flip phones. I mean, through time they became like flip phones and stuff, but it was like literally a little handheld little cell phone thingy. We would run outside, play cops and robbers. We would play capture the flag. We'd play four corners of the basketball. We'd play at the basketball court. Us 90s kids were such active kids. Definitely different than compared to today's kids. It just didn't control our lives. We weren't around it, so we didn't get a chance for it to control our lives. Now, I must say, when most of us hit probably our teenage stage, that's when technology really started to take over, especially like cell phones and stuff. And computers and stuff, because that's when social media, you were able to go on the internet through your phone. technology was just popping out over. You had the iPods and iPads and just everything just started to come out, and it's like, what? I'm really glad I grown up in a time period where we did get to experience life before technology to take over. I feel like us 90s kids had the best of both worlds. We got to experience life without technology and life with technology. Well, that's another reason why we're also stuck on nostalgia, because I guess most of us liked that feeling before technology did take over. We liked being active, we liked being not relying on a phone. I mean, a lot of us just like the fact that everything wasn't run by technology. We don't wake up and go on our Facebooks, check our Twitters, Instagram, Snapchats in the morning. You would just wake up, go downstairs, turn on some cartoons, and eat some cereal. Phones or anything, that wouldn't be none of our concern. The last reason I say us 90s kids are stuck on nostalgia is because, I mean, look what the freaking marketing world or whatever is doing. Everybody's taking back the classic movies, the fashion, the freaking food. Everybody's taking back bits and parts of the 90s into this generation. Those marketing people know what they're doing. They know if they bring back old classic trends from the 90s, which us 90s kids love, because like I said, we love nostalgia and we're stuck on nostalgia. They know what to do to grab our attention and to bring us back into that time period. So they just go and bring us back everything from the 90s. Literally nowadays, even this choker I'm wearing, 90s, like everything is about the 90s. We like the 90s graphic tees and looking like we're from the 90s. Like, it's kind of dope. I like it in a sense, but it just doesn't obviously have the same feeling as you felt back then. Obviously, it's still such a nostalgic feeling, and that's why us 90s kids are stuck on nostalgia. I mean, they're just they can't even come out with original movies and original songs without it being based back on another song or another movie or another clothing trend or this or that. Like, nothing's even really original anymore. I don't know, man. I kind of wish I had spent more time in the 90s. I only really spent my childhood mainly more so in the 90s. I spent a good portion in the late 90s, early 2000s. I was born in the year 1994. So, I mean, I really wish I got to experience like my teenage years in the 90s. I only wonder how the people who did get to grow up in the 90s, how everything could have been probably different. I know you guys probably just have a whole bunch of stories you guys can tell and probably have a whole sense of nostalgic feeling. I think it's really cool, and if anybody is watching like that, please leave comments down below, because I really want to know your guys' experience, how it was in the 90s being a teenager, because I wish I could have been a teen in the 90s, maybe even an adult, but I think I'd rather want my teen years. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a better understanding of why us 90s kids are stuck on nostalgia. Times was just so much easier, so much better. I wish and I hope one day we can go back into an easier time. But we're only growing up, so it doesn't seem like us going back to easier times are ever gonna happen again. A lot of us have kids now. I don't, but a lot of people do have kids now. A lot of people are getting married now. Life is really gonna only get tougher until you retire and this and that, and you know, till you're old pretty much. We had our fun times in the 90s and early 2000s, and now it's time for the new coming generation to just have their fun off this freaking technology. It sucks to say that they didn't grow up when technology was really taking it over. I'm glad that we got the best of both worlds, with and without technology. I love being a 90s kid. I love anything to do with the 90s. I just love the 90s era, and like I said, that concludes why us 90s kids are just stuck on the nostalgic feeling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys thumbs up me, and make sure you guys subscribe, and make sure you guys leave also comments down below if you guys have any other 90s topics that you want me to discuss or anything like that, you guys. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.